Welcome everyone, it's SEMA Central. I'm Dennis Pitzenbarger. We're here at the 2015 SEMA show inside the Las Vegas Convention Center. To my left, Amy, Jo, and Jim from the Austin Hatcher Foundation. Get my brain to work right, sorry about that.
Okay.
And you know what, I want to talk about this and what we could do to help it get bigger. But I first want you to tell a little bit of history so people understand why it's so important.
Absolutely. So I'll jump right in. So 9 years ago, Jim and I had our first child, and we were already ingrained in the motorsports industry. He raced cars in SECA, and we had our first son, Austin Hatcher Osborn, and unfortunately he was diagnosed with a very rare form of brain and spinal tumors and passed away immediately 11 days after diagnosis. And so from that, we really realized that there are these gaps of services for families that are not being met. It's not, the foundation was not formed to compete with other organizations that are already out there, but to really bridge those gap of services, cover services that insurance doesn't cover, and do that nationally. And so that's what we have done. Austin would have been 9 this past August, and so this is where we are. We're always running, forward as fast as we can, but we've been ingrained in the motorsports and automotive industry, and they have embraced us from day one. So,
and that's great to hear, Jim.
So, looking at what services we provide, Amy Jo touched a little bit on that we do things that are different than other people to fill gaps. So we were racing cars and raising money for kids with cancer, and we traveled around the U.S. with SCCA Pro Racing, the World Challenge Series, and visited Children's Hospital. And one of the things that we found is that services called psycho-oncology were not being paid for by insurance company, and families need it. So as an example of what that is, here in the motorsports industry, we dyno engines. We figure out how many horsepower they are.
Sure.
We can take a 6-cylinder and make it as fast as, or produce as much horsepower as an 8-cylinder with dyno. You can edit, you can go in and change the mapping, all that. So when a child gets chemotherapy or radiation, it burns their brain. And so that brain that might have had, an LS3, now...
I love the automotive metaphoric way to look at it, because it's the way that makes us understand.
Absolutely.
Sure. So we take an LS3 and dim it down to 250 horses. So our role as a foundation is to do the baseline testing and then provide services to that child so that LS3 performs better than the rest of the LS3. So we got 550 horsepower instead of 405.
Yeah.
And that makes a lot of sense. It's funny how people have done that to me, whether it was that or the way somebody explained to me how to use my Nikon. They use it like the Venturi in a carburetor, and went, okay, I get it.
I get it.
That's how this can really, I mean, we all want to care and help children, of course,
Absolutely.
but that's a really great way to describe that, to understand what that is. Now, is that something that you're then are you working in tandem with the insurance companies to make sure they know, or the families can reach out, they know that there's that gap there, and they can reach out to you guys and let that be filled in?
Absolutely.
Well, looking at it, we provided services since 2006 to 65,000 families across 38 hospitals in 24 states. So we're the official charity of IMSA. We're now part of SEMA Cares. Through our motorsports, we continue to reach out to hospitals nationwide and put on programs in those hospitals that we fund so that the children can receive those care and the hospital doesn't have to pay for it, neither does the family. Because there's only X amount of dollars, and those hospitals are using the dollars to treat with the chemo and radiation that saves that child's life, but it also comes at a cost with dimming down the horsepower.
Yeah.
So, our focus is really on improving that family's quality of life. And we look not just only at the child with cancer, but we look at the parents and the siblings. So, for example, none of us come into marriage with the records on how to do this the right way. And so part of our job is to help them with parenting skills and marriage skills. And so, we want to give the family the opportunity to perform at the peak level, even better than if they'd never had cancer at all.
And you know what? I can relate to that. I have a daughter who's going to turn 10 next week. And, we are blessed.
Yeah.
And we look at what some people unfortunately have to go through in their lives, and I don't know, I would need your help, because it would break my heart. I'm a big tough guy, but I will literally cry on the stage right now if I don't think about it too much. So I can't think about it too much, because my heart goes out to people that have to go through this. I don't know. I don't know if I could ever come up with the strength, but if I had a support system like you guys to rely on in that situation, I know that I would have someone on my shoulder helping me, and that's what makes it
Absolutely.
so special.
Absolutely.
And I know you got something you want to make sure let
Yes.
everybody know about before we let you go.
Okay, yes. So right now, one of the big campaigns that started on Monday, November 2nd, and is running through December 24th, is we have a partnership right now with Shell Pennzoil in AutoZone. And all you have to do...
And good guys.
And good guys,
And
yes.
gotta get
Rod
good
and
guys
Custom,
in there.
yes,
Absolutely.
yes. And what it is you can go online and it's a Save 5, Give 5, and it is truly an instant $5 saving for anyone who goes in with the coupon to save $5 on their Pennzoil Platinum, and Pennzoil is then donating $5 to the foundation.
That's great.
Which is
That's
amazing. So yeah, so
And it is a nationwide program.
it's
in
a
all
nationwide,
AutoZones.
yep, it's a nationwide program, and it's just through AutoZone. So.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, let's do this. You got the site right there. There's the camera.
Okay.
If people want to know how to get involved, we need to get the website. Say it like 3 or 4 times so they
Okay.
make sure and get it right there.
Okay, so it's save5.autocause.com, and you can truly go on there, print as many coupons as you want. So again,
What was that website again? I don't think you said it.
it's save5, autocause.com, and you instantly save $5, and then they'll donate $5 directly to us.
What was that website again?
I don't think. What was it, Jim? What was it again?
I don't know. What
Okay,
was it,
last
Amy Jo?
time. Save 5, the number 5, not FIVE, the number 5,
So
at
can you-
AutoCause.
And you can hold that so they can look at it, can't you?
Oh yeah, I can, sorry.
It's right there. It's right here. SEMA Cares. We'll be back right after this.